Hello and welcome back to Lawful Gaming Plays Neverwinter Nights 2. I'm your host Lawful. In this Neverwinter Nights 2 build video, we're doing Monk of the Pyro Fist. This is a Monk, Cleric, and Sacred Fist build. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more builds like this. Do not forget to hit notification bell so be update and much more. Here's the pros and cons of this build. Pros, you're going to have a bunch of nice spells for buff yourself up. Number 2, you're going to go through all 20 levels of the Monk. That means you get the full benefits. You're going to go through 7 levels of the Sacred Fist, and you're going to get some goodies out of it. And one more thing is you have the option also to spell other enemies protection too if you want to go that route. Now disadvantages goes as follows is that since it's a Monk, you're going to have to start out with unarmed gear. Then eventually Sacred Fist is light. That's it. And other than that, yeah, you're going to start out real slow. That's the only disadvantage I could see. So let's go ahead and talk about races briefly. I normally would spend some time with the other races, but the best race for this build will be the human. Yeah, the extra feat will help too. That's why I did it. If you do the other races, make sure you do not lose out on any strength or wisdom. That is very important. As for classes, we're going to do exactly 3. First, we're going to be playing as a monk. Obviously, we'll start out as a monk, then do 3 straight levels as a cleric, then go back to the monk after the cleric levels. Once we are done with the monk and get the prerequisites for a Sacred Fist, then we're going to do 7 levels for the Sacred Fist, then do monk all the way. I try other setups for this. I felt like those are the 3 best classes, and the domains I felt like they're absolutely the best. Now, as for alignment, you got 3 choices: lawful good, lawful neutral, and lawful evil. Yeah, you're going to have to be lawful, so we're doing lawful neutral so we don't get smited. Now, if you stray from that, yeah, you're no longer a monk, really. As for Deity, yeah, normally I go quickly on this. However, this time I am not. Here's the reason being. Now, when I do go to the cleric and pick the domain war, what happens is whatever deity we have, we'll have the favorite weapon as a weapon focus. El'Thath, for example, will give us unarmed fist. We want that or unarmed attack. Yeah, that one. Now, this one, it'll matter. That one's the best one because unarmed strike is really good. Besides, it's going to be the only thing we're going to be using as our offense for this build anyways. Yeah, the Sacred Fist, you got to be unarmed fist. Otherwise, yeah, no dice. Malar, that's a good one too if you're evil. Yeah, worshipping a chaotic evil god is a good ideal. If you're evil, of course. Lawful evil, I should say, more like it. Let's see here what else we could check out. And this one here. This is another good evil one too. Well, actually, that's good. Sorry, my mistake. That was a good one. It's the next one that's evil. My apologies. This one is evil. Another chaotic evil one, except for Lady of Poison, Mistress of Disease. Yeah, that's one evil monk goddess. A real good one too. And that's about it. I'm just quickly going over the other ones instead of the ones I took my time on. So pick any deity you want that has unarmed strike. If you do, when you get the war domain, you get weapon focus on our strike, which is a good thing. This is what we want exactly. So I'm going to select that, then get to our ability scores, what we're going to put in next. We're now at the ability scores, so let's go over that at this point. We're going to start out with exactly Strength 14, Dexterity 14, Constitution 14. Yeah, 3 of the melee stats will be at 14. One of them when we get up, that's Strength. Intelligence we'll leave at 10 so we don't get penalized for anything. Wisdom 16. We'll leave it at that. We'll use items to buff that up, and Charisma 10. Strength will be our main stat we're going to upgrade. Dex and Constitution we'll keep at 14 unless there's items. We'll boost it with that. Wisdom, we're going to look for items and spells to boost that up like crazy. More points in the wisdom, more armor class you have. That is very good. There's also other factors too with certain monk skills. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now what we're going to do is next is the background. As for background checks, I would probably say let's see here, any with not negative diplomacy. Farmer's all right. You just get -2 on lore. You really don't want that. Natural leader is good though. You take a hit, everybody else doesn't. This one's good, troublemaker. Wild Child's alright, but the -2 lore. Foreigner's bad. So I'm probably going to say just be on the absolute safe side. If you don't want any negative effects or positive, no background will do. If you need a background, natural leader is the best, of course. The fact that you're helping your party members at the cost of yourself. There's a feat that will actually take care of the negative. Now we're going to go ahead and do a skill next. We're going to focus on diplomacy. That's going to be our one of our main skills through this build in some form to level up. Same thing with Tumble 2. We'll get those 2 maxed out. Spellcraft, I was about to say get 2, but nah. When we switch to Cleric, we'll actually get some points into that and Sacred Fist too. We're going to do 4 points in the lore. Reason being is eventually we'll get that to 8 before the Sacred Fist levels. Last but not least, the other skill is Listen. And of course, Spot. You can get Concentration too. That's another good one too. So that should be it. We'll get Concentration last. That's going to be like the last one. So as for feats, we're going to go ahead and do 2. One, we're going to do a level 1 feat. That's why I said human. Luck of the Heroes. Before that, we got Improved Armor Strike. So that's very good. Stunning Fist, which is nice. Quick to Master because we're human. Skill, same thing because we're human. Weapon Proficiency Monk, which is alright. Flurry of Blows. This is good though. There's a positive negative on that. Monk AC, it depends on our wisdom. That's why we have high wisdom. And Unarmed Strike, which is pretty nice. We will get Improved Unarmed Strike. Now, Luck of the Heroes does this, gives you +1 bonus to all save throws and +1 to armor class, which is really good. Now, if you pick the leader one, it'll that feat will negate that. Now, reason why I picked Power Attack, it's a gateway to, you guessed it, to many feats. We're going to try to get Cleave and Great Cleave ASAP so we could have on a nice kill streak for our monk. Now, my final advice is you're going to start out slow, but once you do bounce around the levels of the 3 classes, you'll be a real nice powerhouse. Always go in second, have someone like a tank go in first. Yeah, if they have heavy armor, send them in first, then you go in and do some serious damage. That's really my final advice, so let's go ahead and level up our character. It's time to go ahead and level up rest our character to level 30. Yeah, Neverwinter Nights 2 level cap is 30, not 40. So let's go ahead and get the Cleric class done, all 3 levels. That monk pose is really cool. Kind of wish I'm able to have a nice emote button for that, but still, look at that. Anyways, let's get to it. Cleric, so we're going to go ahead and do diplomacy. Yeah, at some point we'll veer off from diplomacy because of a certain class, but still, we'll put a point into that. We'll talk our way into many things. Don't worry about lore. We'll get it when we get back to the monk class. Put 2 points in spellcraft. If I remember right, Neverwinter Nights 2, you get save throw for a spell for every 10 points. We'll only be able to get one of that. Domains, one was important, but this one we're going to talk about is Earth. You gain a feat toughness. That means Cleric will gain 1 extra hit point per character level. Retroactive, we're going to take it right away automatically. Stone Skin, a very nice buff spell. And Energy Immunity, we pick our immunity, which is good. Now, the other one you could have done is Darkness, to in fact Blind Fight. However, we'll get that feat later on. Me, I prefer Earth personally, and besides, that's the way of the monk too. There's other good ones too, but nah, keep it at Earth. Now the next one, this is Dire, because our deity is Unarmed Strike. We will get a weapon focus thanks to War. So what War does is it gives you a weapon focus feat, which is Unarmed Strike, which is good. You also get Flame Strike spell at 4, which is a nice bonus 2 to cast. Unfortunately, we cannot get Power Word Stun because we're not going to go that far for the Sacred Fists and Cleric levels. But still, that weapon focus is key for the Sacred Fist build. You want War, get that. Make sure your deity is that. Otherwise, you're going to have to get some more feasts, waste it down the line, and then boom, it'll be a little bit later on you get the Sacred Fist. But still, Earth and War, that is your domains. Select it. One you're going to really use, the other one is the weapon focus. That's why I did it. We have other proficiencies too, Turn Undead, which is nice. If you want to use it while you're a Cleric, that is fine. Me personally, yeah, for this build, no. If I'm going up pure Cleric or many levels Cleric, yeah, I'll definitely use that. See, that's our weapon focus, Unarmed Strike. It's a good thing. So we got that Unarmed Strike. Stunning Blows, I should say Stunning Fist already. So that's basically the feats we need so far. We need 1 more combat casting and 8 points in the lore for Sacred Fist, but we'll get to that. Next, pick the Cleric. Again, what we're going to do is Diplomacy and 2 more points in the Spellcraft. Do not worry, Tumble, we will definitely max that out. You'll see in a few moments or so. Now, as for feats, I decided to do Cleave. Here's how Cleave works. You kill a foe, then you go to another foe to attack. Kill or no kill. This opens another gateway to Great Cleave, which is like a kill streak. More on that later on. That's it for this level. Now we're going to go ahead and pick the Cleric class for one final time. This is it, everyone. So let's go ahead and select that. Strength. Put every ability points into strength. That's very important. You're saying, why not wisdom? Well, wisdom's used for armor class buffing. You have a certain amount of that, but I prefer strength, so this way our fists will connect and hit harder. 1 point into diplomacy and 2 points into spellcraft. Very simple, very easy to do. Next level we could do is definitely focus on our level or 2, maybe lore. We'll get to that. So we are definitely now done, you guessed it, with the cleric. So our next bet will be the monk. So let's go ahead and level our monk up and see what we will definitely get this time. Let's make sure this is right. And there you go. That is diplomacy. 1 point into that. We're gonna catch up at this moment. Tumble to 8. That'll be good enough. Don't worry. Next level will be lore. We'll hit the next button and we get 2 feats. The deflect arrows, so we have a chance out to deflect arrows as long as we're not flat-footed, which is good for a monk. And you get that level 9, supposedly for duelist 2. Monk is 2. Monks get some good and free feats. So we should be done with that. And our next stop after that, of course, we'll check out after once we're done with evasion, the other monk level. Evasion, if we do pass a reflex save, we don't take half damage, we take none. Otherwise, we take half. So now we decided I skipped to leveling up to monk level 3. I was looking over the Sacred Fist to make sure everything was fine. That's the prerequisite we're going to do. So we're going to hit the monk. This is the final time on that. 1 point diplomacy and 4 points, you guessed it, into lore. What we'll do now is we'll actually get the prerequisite on the skill department for the Sacred Fist. Now for the feat, it's going to be no brainer. Combat casting. You're saying, why, Fenton? Well, it unlocks the Sacred Fist. We have the other prerequisites. Monk speed, we move pretty fast as long as we do not wear armor. So, still mind, monk gains +2 bonuses on saving throws versus mind affecting spells. Great to have. Combat casting, +4 concentration check every time we try to cast a spell. That's very good, and we are done with this level. So the next set of levels is the Sacred Fist. It is now time to get the Prestige class Sacred Fist. So from 1 to 7 levels of this Prestige class, we're going to go ahead and do it. I tried 1 through 6. We missed out on a level 5 spell. Didn't want to do that at all. So we'll start the first level. Now, this is very important. We're not going to be able to get diplomacy for a while. Don't panic. Instead, we'll focus on spellcraft and tumble. Yeah, we're going to really catch up on this bad boy. So we're going to go ahead and get those 2 up there. At some point, I will definitely get concentration points into that too. But for now, we got tumble. We got 1 free AC now, which is good. Now, as for sacred spell casting, I should say Sacred Fist one, because we're a cleric, we have access to cleric spells. As if we're a cleric from this point on, we'll get some cleric spells to cast. Sacred Fist AC bonus as long as we're wearing either light, yes, you guessed it, or no armor. So we get a bonus +1 first level, and then F5 +2. We're not going to get the +3, but that's alright. Sacred Fist unarmed damage is pretty good. This is like as if you're a monk, which is nice. I believe it stacks though, or something like that. I'm not certain, but still it's good to have. Next up is Sacred Fist fast movement. Of course, it's like monk speed. Good to have. Let's see here. Sacred Fist code of conduct. Let me explain about this. This is one of those feats checks on what weapons you're using. If you're using any weapon besides your fist, you get a -8 penalty to attack rolls. Yep, that's right. It's bare knuckle, everyone. So we're done with the first Sacred Fist level, and we're going to go ahead and level it once again. We're going to do this until it's done with level 7. Put your points in the strength for your ability scores. I mean, come on. It's really simple, really easy. So let's see here. Let's put a point into tumble. Spellcraft, we'll put those 2 points there. We max those out. I'm going to put 2 points into concentration. Yeah, so we'll start to be able to concentrate on some spells. We're not going to go with it all the way, but still it's good enough to have. We're done with that level, so we're kicking some butt now. We're buffing ourselves up, then killing foes like crazy. Sacred Fist, what we're going to do is get, of course, tumble, spellcraft up there. Now, spellcraft, we got the one, what we call a saving throw against spells, which is good, and a few points in the concentration, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm picking Great Cleave for one huge reason. Here's the reason. It's like this. So every time you kill a foe, you attack another foe, you kill said foe, you go to the next one until you don't get any kill streaks. Great to have against cannon folder type of foes. They swarm you, you keep on killing them, and that's it. That's how Great Cleave works. You kill or you don't kill. Simple. So, Sacred Fist. Let's see here. Put your points in the spellcraft. Tumble. And after that, rest in the concentration. So we got those two maxed out for now. And now we get Sacred Fist, Sacred Flames. Now when we activate this, what happens is our fist will now become not only fire damage, but divine damage, which makes it very nice. It gives you additional damage. It's based off your class level for the Sacred Fist, plus your wisdom modifier. That's why we have it 16 for that, which is good. You can use it once per day, but it is great. We're not going to get this twice per day because that's level 8, but that's all right. Once is enough. It's used for a dire situation. Activate this and your DPS will go up. This is great against undead, by the way. You'll see later on. Sacred Fist, pick that up. Prestige class once again. Spellcraft, Tumble. Then you put your rest of your points into concentration, and that should do it. Sacred Fist AC bonus 2. So every time we get some, I believe, wisdom points, that gets up there. Let me make sure that is right. No, it's just +1. Yeah, just +1 AC +2. My mistake. It's the monk AC that's more important. But still, it's nice to have extra AC. I mean, come on. Sacred Fist. Once again, strength. Put your points into strength. Yeah, that's right. We're going to do that. Let's see here. No on concentration. Spellcraft, Tumble, and then rest into concentration. Yep, that's right. Again, some spellcrafting focus into that. Now, once again, we get ourselves a feat. I decided to go for improved critical unarmed strike. Reason being is so for example, instead of 20, now it's 19 through 20. We get that when we do a critical hit. That's pretty good though. So let's go ahead and get the last Sacred Fist level, and then we will definitely be done with that prestige class. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll have access to now Cleric level 5 spells. Concentration, Spellcraft, Tumble, and that should do it, those 3 skills. And we are done with this prestige class. Now for the rest of this build, it will be the monk class. For the rest of this build video, we're playing as a monk. Yep, that's right. From level 4 to level 10, monk level. That's what we're going to start with first before the epics. Put your point in the Tumble and rest into Diplomacy. It's time to now catch Diplomacy up to where the Tumble is at. Yeah, you want Diplomacy in Neverwinter Nights too, because there's certain situations that you could talk your way through. Now here's the deal, Kai Strike. It does is your monk's unarmed attacks now count as a magic weapon against creatures with damage reduction. Good to have. And then at level 10 you get another upgrade to it, and then 16 you get a nicer upgrade to it. Doesn't tell you the other two, but I'm just gonna make a guess. Now let's go to the monk. We're not gonna do concentration. That's enough points into that. What we're gonna do is Tumble, 1 point into that. Diplomacy, rest into that, and that should do it. Now we're gonna go ahead and do Power Critical, which is for unarmed strike. We'll explain on what it does. We also got ourselves another monk feat. Monks get some good feats though. Now you're immune to diseases, all type, magical or natural. So that's good. Power Critical, your weapon-based attack bonus is +4 when using said weapon. We're using our fists. I mean, come on. It's automatic. So let's keep on going at this point for the monk class. So let's go ahead and level that up. And you put your points into strength. This is level 16. It's another level of 4s. So let's go ahead and select Tumble. Yep, 1 point into that. We'll hit that. 1 point in Diplomacy, and then we're going to start try to do is get his lore. Not lore, I mean spot and listen. You're asking why is that? Well, sometimes you want to listen to folks that's moving and also spot things that are not so supposed to be there. How about on that? Now we get knockdown and improved knockdown. Now knockdown is knocking down enemies your size and lower. Improved knockdown, one size up and lower. So you can knock down probably a giant or something like that now, which is a good thing. Can't knock down dragons though, I heard. But still, great to have. And it's for free since you're a monk. So let's keep on going. Yeah, they got rid of Cleave, I think, in Neverwinter Nights 2 to get that free fleet feat, but oh well. So, Tumble, Diplomacy, Spot, and Listen. Wholeness of Body. Now it's another free monk feat. Let me see, where is it at? Yeah, it takes a little bit just to get down there. It's a lot. The monk can heal equal to twice their class level once per day. Free heal. You heal yourself. Great to have. You're in trouble. Pop this baby, and then next time you rest, it's back there again. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I set this up nicely, and there you go. We're good and set to go. Let's go ahead and level up our monk a lot more. Let's see here. Diplomacy, Tumble, then split it into, you guessed it, Listen and Spot. Listen and Spot are now our secondary skills, while the other two are primary. Now, at this point, I decided to pick Blind Fighting. I could have had the extra stunning attacks, but nah, I have enough, though. I'm not too greedy. But Blind Fight, what does is, now, if you're faced against invisible foes, the invisible foes won't get that bonus against you. Instead, no bonuses at all. And it's great to have for any melee classes, especially Red Dragon Disciple. Well, they get that free. So let's keep on going. That is, you know, the drill. Tumble, Diplomacy, then split your skills into Spot and Listen. At this point, yeah, you're talking your way through everything in the original campaign. And we get improved evasion. So let's go ahead and check that out. Where's that at? That's evasion. Where's the improved version? Now, whoever reflex saves allow for half damage, they take no damage at all if they succeed at the save throw, even if they fail. Yeah, it's all half. Oh, it's pretty good though. Great to have. The evasion was only half. The other one is now none. Now we're going to go to level 20. That's monk level 10. Strength. Put your points in their strength. Don't worry. That will be evened out by the end of this build video. You know the drill. Diplomacy, Tumble, split into Spot and Listen. Yeah, that's right. Our monk is going to be very alert at this point against sneaky foes. Really sneaky ones. There you go. That is it for the skills. And we get the Kai Strike Lawful. I believe that does bonus damage against chaotic foes. I'm not certain, but the game does not tell you that well, but I'm guessing it's a bonus against chaotic foes. We'll probably face a lot of chaotic evil foes in the original campaign. That's why it's good. Now we're officially at the epic levels. Welcome to being a epic monk. So Diplomacy, Tumble, split in a Spot and Listen. You know the drill at this point. If you don't like Spot and Listen, or you don't want to do that, then yeah, Concentration's good, and there's other ones too. Now the first thing we're going to get is Epic Proudness. I'll open up another skill. Now Epic Proudness gives us +1 to bonus to all attacks. Diamond body. Immune to poison, natural or magical. And this tells us for epic characters. Greater flurry. Now we get some extra attacks per round with flurry of blows, which is good since we're using our unarmed fist. Yeah, that's right. It's great to have, everyone. Good for the whole family. So I'm just double checking, just showing that once again. Yeah, we're getting some great stuff. And I'm just putting that hot bar because I want to use that in combat. There, we're good and set up to go. We get some extra attacks against tough foes. Pop that against a boss. Yeah, see ya. It says another weapon in combat, but no, we're using our fist. Level up the monk now. Go ahead and pick the monk. Your skills, you know the drill. Tumble, Diplomacy, Listen, and Spot. And yeah, at this point, you're at the Mask of the Betrayer. You're owning it. Sorry, no feats. Rare thing for a monk. So let's keep on going on the monk train. So let's see here. Tumble. Yeah, we're almost getting close to 30 for that. Another AC point. So we got 2 AC because we have Tumble in the 20s. And as for Diplomacy, yeah, at this point, we're talking our way through everything diplomatically. Yeah, you don't like that. You want to be mean. Intimidation's good too. If it allows it. If not, yeah, Diplomacy. Now we're going to go ahead and pick Expose Weakness. This does is, it gives us extra damage, but Diamond Soul is, Monk is now gain spell resistance equals to character level +10. Expose Weakness, it's a full attack, makes a single normal attack against opponent. And I believe it exposes every weakness for 5 rounds. In other words, it does bonus damage against them, which is good. Pop this against bosses or something like that, or a tough foe. Level up the monk once again. Strength. So this is level 24 character level. We got one more of that to do and that's it. But don't worry, we'll get strength up there. You know the drill. Tumble, Diplomacy, Spot, and Listen. That should definitely do it. And sorry, no feats once again. It happened. So let's get to our next character level. So let's see here. We'll pick the monk. And let's go ahead and do these usual suspects. Diplomacy, listen, spot, and tumble. And now we get ourselves another feat. I'm going to do is great strength. Now we're doing great strength beforehand. Quivering palm has a chance to make an instant kill once per day. If you do it and connect, that's it. It will not work against constructs, undead, or anybody immune to critical hits. Great strength to get one attribute point strength or ability point strength, which is good. Let's go ahead and level up the monk class some more. So let's see here. Yeah, diplomacy, tumble, listen, and spot, and that should do it. We get Kai Strike once again. Now it's Adamantine. What this does is it's pierces through some more enemies damage reduction, which is good. Great to have. It stacks with the other two. I think a lot of the Lawful one stacks against Chaos foes. Still think of that. So we'll pick the usual suspect for the skills, which is Diplomacy, Tumble, Listen, and Spot. Now we got that to 30. On Tumble, we get, you guessed it, 1 free armor class. Neverwinter Nights 2, we've got 6. This one is 3. We'll sell for 3. So now we get ourselves another feat to pick. It's a good one. We're going to go ahead and do his great strength. The reason being is we're going to try to get the strength even, Steven. And that should do it. So we're at 22 strength. Don't worry. We get one more strength up, and then we get one more feat to get that strength once again up. Put that point into strength. It's 23. Don't panic. Seriously. So let's go ahead and put in diplomacy, tumble, spot, and listen. The reason why I'm maxing out tumble is instead of stopping at 30 is in case I do get any items that are certain numbers, I'll get tumble up there. I get 1 free AC again. There we go. We're done. So we're now closing on monk level 20, level 30 cap. Diplomacy, listen, spot, and of course tumble. Now, important to get that tumble up there in diplomacy. At this point, Master Betrayer, you're owning everything in your path. You're using fist to clobber everything. We get empty body, so this does is it gives you 50% concealment for a number of rounds equal to your class level. Very good to have. Very hard to hit. Your character will be. Overwhelming critical is okay, but we're doing strength, so this way even that out to 24. So great strength plus 3, and we are done with that. We got one more level left, and that's for the monk. That's it. Character level 30, monk level 20. Last time put a point in diplomacy, spot, listen, and tumble. Yeah, tumble definitely want big time. We got 33. Look for a +7 tumble item. It'll be another AC, and that should do it. We have one more feat to talk about before I do talk about spell advice next. Perfect Self. Monks are now immune to all mind-affecting spells, effects, and damage reduction of 10 slash for magic. So for our next portion of this build video, we're going to have talk about is spell advice and what type of spells you should use for your character. Normally, I would give a greater detail of spells to effect with debuffs, hindering spells, and offensive spells, but mainly this build, you're going to be buffing yourself like crazy. Yeah, that is correct. You're going to be a buffer. You just buff yourself up, buff your AC up, buff up your hit points, buff up your stats, like for example, wisdom and strength, or any other buff, like for example, prayer, and of course, bless. So make sure you look for spells that gives you boosts for your own characters. Even damage immunity, like for example, energy resistance. You put yourself like energy resistance, electrical, fire, or ice. You're good to go against certain folks who love to cast those type of spells. For the next part of this build video, we're going to talk about gear advice. Let's go over the gear. Now, in Neverwinter Nights 2, if you have 8 plus 2, you're thinking you get 10 on the certain stat, like for example, wisdom. No, it'll be 8 wisdom as the highest. You'll have to actually look for a 10 plus wisdom item in order to get the number 10. So that means you have to allocate your gear to other attribute points. Speaking of attribute points, go for strength, dexterity, constitution, and wisdom. Focus on those four, especially strength and wisdom. As for immunities, look for that big time. If you could get for save throws, that's great. If you need spell resistance, go for it. Skills, go for tumble too. And one more thing, when you enchant your chest piece, make sure you have haste if you can. Dark vision, it has true seeing, go for it. Weight reduction and regeneration is nice too. As for weapons, look for fist. That is very important. So this way you get that plus 5 fist damage 2 in. That's it for gear advice. Next part of this build video is the combat portion of it. We are now at the combat portion of the video. Always buff up big time, so this is where you get your armor class up there. With the buffs I have over 40 armor class big time. Yeah, 44 to be exact. So we're going to go ahead and challenge against a whole bunch of foes we could critical hit against. Let's go ahead and kill some orcs, shall we? So Quivering Palm, we could definitely go ahead and use that. If it connects, that should be it. Just one hit. And there you go. Connect, one foe dies instantly. Great Cleave is doing the job too. My spells are helping out big time. Flurry of Blows activated. A little slow, but we get a whole bunch of extra attacks, and which is good too. Yeah, see, we're killing them very well. So well. See, yeah, we're doing that. Let's keep on going. A little bit slow on my character because I have a buff on them that moves a little bit slow, but I do a lot extra damage on it. Let me go ahead and take that off and show you that, yeah, with foes you could critical hit against, you could be really devastating. And this should be the last orc. It will die horribly. So you're asking, Lord Fenton, this is great against foes you could critical hit. What about those foes that are immune to critical hits, like for example constructs, undead, or any boss characters or special characters are immune to that? Well, guess what? We have a thing called Sacred Fists. Yeah, Sacred Fists, Sacred Flames 1. Even level 1, you get to do a lot of damage. So we're going to just get ourselves into a nice position. Move away from that. And boom, look at that. Lich goes down in 2 hits right there. Cleave's doing its magic. And we're already taking out foes with our Flaming Fist. And yeah, that is Divine and Fire damage. And because we have gloves on, Sonic damage plus our regular damage too. So we're doing a nice average too. And if these Liches are annoying you, just cast Dispel Magic. I'm doing Lesser Dispel. And kiss those Liches barriers of protection goodbye. See, another one goes down. I can even knock one down too. See, it's knocked down. It cannot cast spells. Take full advantage of knocking down spellcasters so you could just wreck the battlefield. And that's how you defeat foes that are immune to critical hits. Final advice, it goes like this. Yeah, you start out slow, but once you jump back and forth between the 3 classes, once you get the level 7 on the Sacred Fist, things are definitely looking all up. Yeah, first you're wearing nothing but cloth and robes, but eventually you'll get light armor thanks to the Sacred Fist. Use your spells for buffing. Ask for gear. Look for strength and wisdom. That's very important. And always, if you're in combat, send your tank in first. Then you go in second or third and just start ripping everything up. Well, everyone, that's it for my Neverwinter Nights 2 Monk of the Pyro Fist, Monk, Cleric, Sacred Fist build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more guides, builds, and other videos from Neverwinter Nights 2. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the view.